waiting for him to pull over so they could get by, and DeMar DeRozan's in that traffic too. That he just, he said LeBron's a senior citizen of the league, driving 15 miles per hour on a 65 road. And, Kuminga didn't get his $24 million exercise option, and right now there's just not a lot of money out there, and they're trying to come up with stuff. They're hoping that Atlanta will do a sign and trade, but does Atlanta want to add some more contract? His name's been thrown out with the Lakers. I've heard maybe Minnesota may have some interest in him, but for Jonathan Kuminga, it's definitely wait and see, and just, hopefully you got enough cash to keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't think Peyton Watson is dependent on anything with LeBron James, but I do think he's a very important free agent because the Nuggets were confident they would keep him, and yet they haven't necessarily locked this in because there's other teams that are pursuing him. The Clippers are a team I've heard. The Milwaukee Bucks are a team I've heard. Like, there's teams with interest in him. And if they pay him too much, the expectation around the league is maybe they have to trade some other players because they have to make the rest of the salaries work. So there's been discussions about Christian Brown. There's been discussions about Cam Thomas. Like, this is something that could have a domino effect depending on how much Peyton Watson signs for and whether the Nuggets decide to match it.
I saw Peyton in New York on Friday.
Yeah.
This is a 23-year-old looking for life-changing money here.
Yeah.
And he has some confidence and faith that he is with Clutch Sports, quite frankly. He told me they've been through this before. I covered Tristan Thompson, where he was in a restricted free agent situation, and he waited all the way to be a training camp holdout. That's the only way you get leverage back in this situation, to try to have the numbers move. So I'm not saying that Peyton's going to be that exact, case, but his representatives have done it before.
Right, not necessarily in the line behind LeBron, but there is some sense that there is money that is being held up here all over the league. So, Mark, I'm turning my blinker on. I'm going over into the lane over on my right here because we do await the big decision, right? And that is LeBron James. And LeBron's longtime friend, his longtime agent, Rich Paul, released the latest episode of his podcast, Game Over, last night. And he spoke about, frankly, why this is taking so long.
We're not making this about attention and a spectacle. It's not about a decision or anything like that. He has a choice to make. He has a business choice to make. We're not going to sit here and decide or allow someone else to decide when he makes that decision. From a business perspective, you are making a choice between jobs, high-level jobs, and you've earned the right. You're a big-time executive that's with an unbelievable, arguably the best resume in the history of your job. Who's rushing you? Okay. Nobody. There's been several people to call and say, hey, Rich, is there anything more we should be doing, we could be doing? And my answer is no.
So let's just reset. On Tuesday, July 21st, where do things stand here, Dave?
I checked in with Rich on my way into the studio. Quote, nothing happening today. So we're going to move on to day 22 at the very least. Listen, the teams that are in pursuit of LeBron, they're okay with this. It's not like because this is dragged into 3 weeks that teams are starting to fall off in the race to get LeBron. It's a cost of doing business to some degree. Now, Rich is adamant that he doesn't know what LeBron's going to do, and LeBron doesn't know what LeBron's going to do. And so any amount of pressure from an outside team or from the league commissioner, Adam Silver, is not